most small business owners are conditioned to only check the scoreboard, right? Revenue and sales is like the key thing you hear in small business, and that's the only number that's easily validated by most small business owners. Revenue go up, sales go up, everybody's happy, the business is doing well, hooray, yay, all of that stuff. Revenue go down, sales go down, business owners losing sleep, they firing people, they freaking out, all of that, right? All based on what some consider a vanity metric, right? But those actual championship teams, they understand the data and analytics that go into raising that scoreboard. They understand the plays, they understand the strategies to actually make the score. They understand like the game plan to score those touchdowns, to shoot the baskets, to hit the home runs. They understand what things go into those things, and that's why they win championships. So if you start thinking about business as a game, you can start thinking about your actual stats, your numbers, as stats. And that is literally how you build a business that is a winning business. So, because you wouldn't, man, just think about it like this. I know a lot of the people that watch this, if you didn't play sports, you are familiar with sports. Can you imagine playing a full game with no game plan? Come on, coach. Oh, shoot. I just had an idea, y'all. As I was doing that, I'm going to... What y'all think about this? I'm going to cut it. I'm going to pause this. What y'all think about if we pause it where I'm like, come on, coach, and then I do like a quick edit or a cut with like a referee or something? Oh, you like it, Chrissy? You like it? Yeah. Do like
I got questions.
What you think?
How we going to get it edited in time today?
That is a good point. Okay, scratch that. But I'm gonna leave this in so people could have saw the video. Yeah, you saw. So okay, so you heard the idea, you heard the vision. Just imagine that happened. Imagine I was like, "Come on, coach," and then it cut, and like you saw a referee or something like that, or football, somebody scored. Just imagine that. Anyway, back to the video. By the way, I'm Albert, or Albert C. Hurston Jr., or Albert the CPA, owner and founder of Right Choice Accounting. Man, I can't even do the thing. Fooling with y'all. Owner of Right Choice Accounting Solutions, your one-stop shop accounting and tax firm. I run it with my amazing, immaculate, gorgeous, everything wife, Lauren, and our amazing, immaculate, gorgeous team. Oh, man, they really done made my day with that. I love it. I love this idea. But since we cut some of that stuff out, y'all didn't see the whole thing. We done had a good old time laughing. I should have kept it in, but I think it's already gone. Anyways. There are 5 key numbers or stats that you need to know to actually run your business like a championship business. And the first one that I want to start with is marketing spend and conversion rate. So it's not enough to know your ad costs or how much you put into marketing. You need to understand how it works and how it's driving revenue. You need to understand completely what your sales conversion rate, whether you have a sales team or you're handling sales, you need to understand how many of those people that you're bringing in as leads are actually converting into clients. And once you understand that, you can understand how to manufacture that, how to manufacture these touchdowns. Think Tom Brady when they were with Bill Belichick. They would manufacture touchdowns just by throwing short passes over and over. To get a first down, if you're a football fan, all you need is 3.5 yards of play. So if you're throwing 5-yard passes every play, it's going to take you a long time. It's going to be boring. But you are going to score touchdowns, and you're going to take a lot less risk doing it. Anyways, but marketing is what you do to get leads, what you do to get visibility, what you do to get authority. But it's not about being popular or looking good. You have to understand how that marketing spend is actually contributing to your revenue. And I won't beat a dead horse on that. It's just, are your sales reps closing or are they burning your leads? Are you paying for leads? And throughout the sales process, you losing them leads because the people who are selling ain't good at selling and your money is just flying away. The money and the marketing is doing what it's supposed to do, but the people who convert leads into actual clients aren't doing what they're supposed to do. This is a numbers and data conversation. And if you understand it, again, you can actually drive revenue strategically and by the numbers. Number 2, team cost. For most small businesses, this is the biggest actual expense if you're building an actual business that will scale. I know online there are several people who think they're finna build a business with some VAs in the Philippines. VAs in the Philippines, I'm gonna tell you this as a real 7-figure business owner, VAs in the Philippines are to support your support. They are not to support you. They have their place, but you do not want to be hiring extra sets of hands when you need to be hiring extra sets of brains. So you need to understand that team cost. You need to understand what your team is costing you, and you want to understand what percentage of your revenue is going towards team. You want to understand what the healthy percentages are. You can always hire Right Choice. We'll make all this clean for you. But you need to understand that team cost and why it matters. Are you spending enough on team to actually scale? Because a lot of people who leave corporate are actually terrified. They terrified to go do what it takes to build a business. So I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. I'm gonna leave it there. That was good. That was good.
That was good.
That was cool. The third thing you want to understand is your profit margin. Because a lot of people get stuck at the scoreboard or the revenue, but you need to understand your margin. How much of your revenue are you actually keeping as profit? And you don't want to understand it as a number. You want to understand it as a percentage. That's what makes it a margin. Profit is the number. Profit margin is the percentage of revenue you're actually keeping as profit. So that means not just the sales and revenue, but that's the sales and revenue minus all of the expenses it takes to get your sales and revenue. And it even includes the next one, your gross margin. So I'm gonna go back and forth. Number three is profit margin. Number 4 is gross margin. Gross margin is literally the margin of sales minus what it costs to get you those sales. So if you sell products, it's the cost of those products. It's the cost of the people who sold those products. It's the cost of anything that went into you selling it directly. That's what we call a direct cost. Cost of goods sold, cost of services. That contributes to your gross margin. And you have to have enough gross margin to actually cover the rest of your operational expenses. Your marketing, your softwares, your office supplies, your all of the other things outside of, matter of fact, I'm going to quickly use a product because services work, but product makes it easy. Let's say I sell fans. So what I'm selling is a fan. If you look at this fan, you have this propeller, you have whatever this thing is, you have this cover, you have a little battery back here, you have a charger, you have all of these individual pieces that go into building this fan. Each of these pieces will have a cost. That's my cost of goods because I had to put this propeller on this little thing right here. I had to put this cover, had to put all of that stuff together. These are my costs because it costs. This propeller is a separate piece from the battery pack. How much was the battery pack? How much was the propeller? We need to understand that stuff because we need to understand our gross margin because the gross margin has to be high enough to justify the rest of the expenses. And once you take your service or your product, how much it costs to make that service or product to get to your gross margin, you now need to take how much it costs to actually run your business and your support, and that gets you to your profit margin. You need to understand how all of this stuff works if you want to win a championship, because once you understand it, you can build a game plan to manage it. And the fifth, finally, the most important one, the important stat, you got to understand cash flow. You must understand cash flow. Revenue is vanity. Or what did they say on Twitter a couple years ago? Twitter and or X or whatever. It was like this little bar. Revenue is vanity. Profit is sanity. Profit ain't sanity. Cash flow is sanity. Cash flow is measuring the actual movement of your bank account because as you know, cash flow will include things that do not hit your profit. So a great example of the difference between profit and cash flow is going to be credit card stuff. There are things you buy in your business, you put on a credit card. You also take cash out of your bank account and pay that credit card. So a key difference between profit and cash flow is your loans, your credit cards, the things that are hitting the bank account that aren't on your P&L. You must understand this. You must understand how it relates. You must understand how cash flow relates to profit, how profit relates to revenue. And it sounds complicated because maybe this is the first time you're hearing it, but it just ain't that complicated, especially, again, if you work with Right Choice. We make this stuff super clean. But those are the 5. And I know I talked a lot of them, but just really quickly to rehash, and I guess I'll take it to the close. The 5 key stats that you want to understand are going to be marketing spend and conversion rate. You're going to want to understand your team cost. You're going to want to understand your profit margin. You're going to want to understand your gross margin. And you're going to want to understand your cash flow, because cash flow is king in small business. And that's it. Winners, championship teams, they understand this stuff. And they don't understand this stuff because they're champions. They're champions because they understand this stuff. All right, I think that's it. That's it. So, we ready, Chrissy? Subscribe, comment, like, turn on your notification bell, huh?
Like your hype.
Yeah. Oh, hype. That's a new thing. See, I keep young ones around me. I ain't no hype. I don't know what that means. Do it. But you're going to want to subscribe for sure. You're going to want to turn on that notification bell so that you can see future videos. And I'm going to get out your face, man. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you did. I will talk to you soon. Have a good one.